Hi friends, Krista here. This is Books and Jams. Today is a very exciting day. I am going to my first book festival ever, and it's the National Book Festival hosted by the Library of Congress. I'm so excited. There's loads and loads of authors that are going to be there, but I am the most excited to see Kate DiCamillo and Catherine Applegate, both who write middle grade books or children's books. And there's so many others. Celeste Ng is going to be there, Min-Jin Lee, just so many authors. I'm going to try to hear as many of them as I can. I am currently waiting in the McDonald's drive-thru line because my guilty pleasure breakfast is a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit and a strawberry banana smoothie from McDonald's. And because it's only 7:30 on a Saturday morning, I'm treating myself. Treat yourself. Even though I'm going to try to be really good in the month of September, I'm not starting it off with the first meal being very good. Oh well, it's a special day. I'm very excited. I'm going to be bringing you along. I'm really stuffy this morning. I'm hoping that goes away as the morning goes on. And it's super foggy. I have about an hour drive to go. I'm parking at a metro station and then hopping on the metro to head into D.C. I'm meeting up with Patricia. You may know her on Instagram as 3 Kitty Loves Books. Follow her there if you don't already. She takes gorgeous pictures. I'm really excited. It's going to be a great day. I hope it's a great day. I had such a hard time deciding what to wear. I finally decided I wanted to wear these earrings, and this is the only shirt that matches these earrings, so that's what I picked. It's not going to be quite as hot as it has been the last few days, which I'm excited for. Although I'm a little nervous that the air conditioning is going to be too cold for me, and I didn't bring an extra sweater because I didn't want to have to carry it around. And hopefully I'll get to show you some clips of the actual festival itself if I remember and if my phone doesn't die. So until then, it's time for my smoothie and bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit. This line is going really, really slowly. It's really frustrating. Can you tell how foggy it is? It's such a foggy drive today. We are on the metro. We have to wait like 10 minutes. This is Patricia. I already mentioned 3 Kitty Loves Books, yes, right? Yes. I'll link it down below on Instagram. Sorry, I just put gum in my mouth. Literally. We have 10 minutes to wait, but we are headed toward the city. We're so excited. Who's the author that you're the most excited to see?
Chico. Kim
Min-Jin Lee.
Min-Jin.
For
Okay,
Pachinko.
I didn't read the book, but I still want to see it. So.
Yeah. I have the book. I haven't read it yet either. We're going to have fun though. It's going to be a good day.
Looking forward to it.
She was smart and didn't bring anything. I have a bag filled with stuff because I do. I'll probably regret it, but what can I say? But I did bring, I was debating back and forth about this, but I did end up bringing the 2 books from the authors that I really want to see. So I have Kate DiCamillo's The Miraculous Journey of Edward Tulane and Wish Tree from Catherine Applegate. So we'll see if I decide to stand in lines to have them sign or not. I don't know. We'll see. I have no idea what to expect, to be honest with you. It's a first for both of us, so we're really excited. We feel like first day of school, like kindergarten. We don't know what's going to happen. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. We'll see you later.
Bye-bye.
Who meets some other dogs at a dog park, and not a lot happens, but a lot happens.
So we are in line. I don't know if you can even hear me, but we're in line for Min-Jin Lee, and we were just waiting to go see Tara Westover, who wrote Educated. We're gonna walk as we go.
We didn't make
it. We didn't make it. We made the rookie mistake of trying to eat lunch down in the little food court area instead of going to get in line. That was a big mistake. So we did get in line around a corner and around a corner again, like way back in the line, and we just didn't make it into the room. So that's kind of a bummer. We learned our lesson.
Eat at home before you
eat a big breakfast, bring granola bars. Yeah, because
the lines are very long.
Yeah, the lines are real long. You spend most of your day waiting in line. But we saw Kate DiCamillo this morning, and she was so good. It was a lot of fun. It was so cute to see all the kids getting in line to ask her questions. I just thought that was sweet. I'm not really interested in her new book, but dog lovers would be interested in it. But yeah, so this will be fun. We're going to see Min-Jin Lee, who wrote Pachinko.
Yes, and neither one of us have read it.
We haven't read it, but yeah, it'll be fun. really big. We're right in the middle. We're at the back of the front. We're here to see. Who are we here to see? Min Jin Lee.
Lee.
We made it. We made it in. We're very excited. It's going to be good.
It's gonna be good.
It's like a 50-minute presentation too, I think.
Yes.
It's a long
Yes,
one.
50 minutes.
Here's hoping it's good. We'll see.
So, when I was in college, I had all these problems. I'm sure none of you did. But I was a history major, which means that I knew my direct path in life. So I was totally lost, and I was dating this really bad guy. It's all true. And the head of my residential college said, would you go to a master's tea, which now it's called like the head tea or something like that. And nobody wanted to go because it was an American missionary talking about the Korean Japanese, a very sexy topic. So I went because the person who asked me was a minister, and it's really hard.
Well, it is now Sunday afternoon. I have just finished at church and going out to lunch with some friends, and thought I would wrap up the rest of yesterday because my phone died on the way home, and it was after 11 by the time I got home, and I needed to still look at my lesson for the kids and go to bed. So I didn't wrap up last night, but I wanted to wrap up the rest of the National Book Festival and let you know who else I went to see. So in the afternoon, I went to see Catherine Applegate, who wrote Wish Tree and The One and Only Ivan and lots of other books. I didn't know that she had written some of the Sweet Valley Twins books, which is a lot of fun, and also Animorphs she wrote with her husband, which are some other middle grade series that are just a lot of fun. Yeah, it was really interesting listening to her talk about the reason why she wrote each of the stories. She talked about how she just gets mad about certain things and then wants to write a story about it.
And I have family all over Virginia, so it's kind of like coming home. The humidity, immediately, I knew what I was getting into because I live in California now and we don't have humidity. We have earthquakes, mudslides, and fires and stuff. I'm going to start by telling you a secret. Okay, grown-ups, cover your ears. Kids, here we go. When I was your age, I really, really, really hated to read. I just kind of thought it was boring. I just kind of didn't get the point. And then I found my book, and some of you may have read this book, and you may think it's your book, but no, this book is my book, Charlotte's Web. And for me, that was lightning going off. That was doors opening. It was everything I ever wanted. It was a perfect book. There may not be a lot of Charlotte's Web enthusiasm in your soul. You may be somebody who loves graphic novels, or maybe you love nonfiction, or maybe you love poetry. It doesn't matter. There's a book out there that is going to be like your very best friend in the whole wide world, like it was written just for you and you and you. I write better books when I'm mad, and it took me a while to realize that. I've written a lot of books. I mean, I wrote Disney books and Little Mermaid and 17 Sweet Valley Twins for certain people of a certain age in this audience. And I found that when I was mad, I wrote better books. I wrote Home of the Brave, which is about a Sudanese refugee who comes to our country because I was mad about the way refugees and immigrants were being treated. I think it's an amazing thing to come to this country and start from scratch. I think it's an amazingly brave thing. I wrote Ivan because I was mad about this little guy. That's Ivan on the left and Burma, his twin sister, on the right, plucked from the Democratic Republic of the Congo, shipped off to, of all places, Tacoma, Washington. Very top there where it says world famous, that's a picture of Ivan. Ivan lived for 27 years in a mall alone because his sister died almost immediately. And that story just freaked me out and made me mad, and I thought nobody on earth is going to want to read a book from the point of view of a gorilla, but I'm going to tell it anyway because I'm mad. I wrote Crenshaw because I was upset about the fact that 1 in 5 kids in our country is hungry sometimes. And it's very much a book about hunger and homelessness, but it's also about a great big invisible cat because I just thought that'd be really cool. I wrote Wish Tree during the throes of the election. And there was a whole lot of red and bluing going on, and a whole lot of meanness, and a whole lot of vitriol, and a whole lot of othering of entire groups of people. And I was so mad that I wrote this book really fast and with great ferocity, and it really helped me because I wrote about a little girl named Samara, a Muslim girl, who moves in next to this tree, and someone carves the word "Lee" into Red's bark. It's a hate crime. And the tree decides to do something about it. So what I've discovered is that books build bridges. After I wrote Wish Tree, people started making wish trees. This is an outdoor version. This is an indoor version that is just magnificent, but they're all beautiful. And people put their wishes on them. I wish there would be no more bullying in the world. I wish that hugs could solve everything. But this is one of my favorites.
We went to see Lisa Wingate, who wrote Before We Were Yours, which was one of my favorite books of last year. It was so good. Most of the other authors that we went to see, it was kind of interview style, and hers wasn't. Lisa's was just her talking, and it was interesting to hear how she learned about the Tennessee Children's Home Society, which was an adoption scandal at the beginning of the 20th century. But I felt bad when it was time for questions at the end. Nobody came for the first minute, and it felt like forever. And then eventually people started to come to ask questions, but it was like that awkward pause. I was way at the back, and I didn't have any questions that I thought to ask. So anyways, after Lisa Wingate, I saw Leigh Bardugo, who of course wrote the Grisha verse books, so the Grisha trilogy as well as Six of Crows duology. I'm really excited about her new duology that kind of goes back to Ravka and tells Nikolai's story a little more, so it's maybe before or after the Grisha trilogy, I'm not sure. And she also has an adult book that's coming, that's in the works for 2020 or 2019. So that sounds like a lot of fun. And I'll put a clip of her, if I can, in here.
How do you plan and plot out all those characters within your comics? Well, I don't want to give a false impression that I map everything out. I map the plot. I have a basic understanding of who the characters are and the role they occupy in the plot. And one thing I wanted to know going into Six of Crows was what emotional, what was the real fight for them in the heist? They each have a task to accomplish, but which thing they were going to have to face, which fear or danger they were going to have to face for that character arc. But beyond that, I didn't know what their backstories were really. I discovered them as I was writing them. And some of them spoke loud and clear at the start of the book, and some of them it really took a while to get to know.
After Leigh Bardugo, we split up. Patricia went to see Celeste Ng, and I went to see Louise Penny, who wrote the Armand Gamache mystery series. She was such a gem, and people gave her a standing ovation. She definitely had a lot of fans at the book festival, even though she was in the last slot of the day. A lot of people stayed. It was a jam-packed room. People just loved her, and she's just such a lovely person, and I'm even more excited to continue with that series with A Fatal Grace in September.
I started out, I was going to write the best book ever. It was going to be a work of transcendent genius. It was going to be historical fiction based on something that actually happened. And it was, as I said, going to be genius, so that my mother would be amazed and my former colleagues would be jealous. So that the professors who thought I was a dunderhead would have to rethink the whole thing. And I just got myself so stressed about having to write the perfect book that I ended up suffering from writer's block for 5 years. 5 years! A couple of things had to happen. As a journalist, I discovered that in covering stories, often tragedies, of course, that while they might appear to happen out of the blue, in fact they don't. It is a cascade of smaller events, often overlooked, that culminate in the one catastrophic event. But if you remove any single small event, if you turn left instead of right, put on pink instead of red, any often trivial thing, the major thing wouldn't have happened. And the same with great things in my life. And I look back on how did I get to be sitting here today, and still life came because of a series of really quite apparently small things.
On the way home, we had a little adventure. My phone was just about to die. It was at like 1%. Didn't have time to stop and charge it. Next time I will bring a portable charger for sure. And Patricia and I went to the metro station and we ended up getting split up. I got on the train and I thought she was right behind me and she did not get on. So we got split up and it just was a little bit of a hassle, but I think it's a miracle because my 1% phone did not die. We were able to text back and forth and figure out the plan. Eventually I got just back on the northbound train and back up to where she was. But it was a miracle that my phone did not die. I couldn't believe it. We eventually made it to each other, got home. It was pouring down rain, which is the worst to drive at night in the rain. I hate it. But I made it home safe and really had such a fun day seeing 5 authors and thousands of bookish people. We talked to a couple different people in the different lines. It was just fun to talk about books with people and listen to authors. I chose to not stand in any of the lines for signings because I really wanted to hear as many authors as we could. And really there was you can see the schedule. There's all of these rooms and all of these authors. I just didn't want to waste time just to get a signature. You didn't have a chance to really talk to the authors when you were waiting in the lines for signatures. You just got your signature and that's it. I don't know, maybe I'm in the minority in that, but I just don't care, I guess, about a signed book. I think it was more fun to just hear all the authors that we did. Yeah, overall, it was a long day, tons of walking. I have some things to make note of for next year, such as bringing food with me. I definitely will plan to go again next year and hope that you enjoyed seeing a little bit of what it was like. That's it for this vlog. I would love to hear if you've gone to any bookish festivals or BookCon or anything like that. Any other tips that you think would be helpful for next year. I'm definitely interested in looking up other author events that are more local to see if any authors are coming to bookstores or anything like that nearby. It's just so interesting to hear their take on their books, and the ones that I didn't read, I'm more interested in reading now. The ones that I did read, it's interesting to hear their thought processes behind characters and their writing preferences and yeah, just all kinds of things. It was just such a great event. I was thrilled to be able to go, thrilled to bring you along a little bit with me, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. Let's chat down in the comments below, and I will talk to you with another video soon. Bye!